yourself and to keep doing drills until it becomes second nature. That's what WOGs do. We do drills. Hi, I'm an accountant. It's my job to hide money. You should give me your money so that I can hide it, so that way the government can't get it. The government wants to use their power to keep the majority of the people from the minority of the people's stuff. And through people like me, you can hide your money. I don't take it, I just hide it, so no one can ever get your money and no one will ever take your money away from you. That's my job as an accountant. I make it sure that nobody can keep track of your money because I cook the books. I lie all the time. It's part of my job, but we call that business where I come from. That's my job as an accountant. You'll give me your money because at the end, you'll save more money. I'm an accountant. You need to give me your money. One thing is for certain, and that is that there's a lot of crazy stuff flying through the air. It doesn't matter who's responsible for it, but what does matter is that there's a lot of different material that we can't see that is being broadcast through the air. Now, it's true that maybe some of it out there is mind control. Maybe that is happening. Maybe there's some satellites pumping down mind control waves. Certainly there's a lot of attention being drawn to chemtrails. There's a lot of this kind of, drugs in our food. It's not unbelievable to think that there could be mind control waves out there in the world, be it from aliens, be it from the Bilderberg group, be it from any possible source. There is a reason that these electromagnetic frequencies, electronic noise, could be affecting the way your brain works. Your brain is really an electrochemical reaction, and you can't say that all this microwave radiation flying around in the air. Take a static radio sometime, just in like an AM radio, put it to a dead channel, walk around your house with the antenna. Let me show you how this works. You take any radio, this is a shortwave radio made by somebody. This is a crank model, which I advise everyone get. So what you can do is you set this radio so that it's not actually on any particular station. So you just kind of crank it up here. So you got lots of static there. Make sure you turn it up good and loud, and then you can walk around your house and you can actually look for areas where electromagnetic frequencies are present. One of the best places to do this is with a microwave oven. If you want to see if it's working, all you got to do is just turn on your microwave. Don't start. Let it go for a couple of seconds, and all you gotta do, and just hit stop. So obviously, they would say that the microwaves seal in all the radio waves and stuff like that, where quite clearly they do not. This is another way to tell if you think that you might be getting broadcast or something's coming into you. An AM radio with the antenna set to no station, you can pick up all sorts of electromagnetic noise that's in the air. And it doesn't really matter if you know what the noise is. The fact is that there's electromagnetic pollution being broadcast through your house. So how do you get around this? How do you make sure that this doesn't affect the way that you think? There's only one way to make absolutely certain that you're going to cut down all of the electromagnetic noise that could be affecting the way your mind works. And that way, of course, is to shield your mind. But how do we do this? It's all really sloppy to take tinfoil and slap it on your head and be walking around. Furthermore, other people who are members of the sane will not understand what you're doing, and furthermore, you could be ridiculed for it. As a matter of fact, they could lock you up for it. So you might want to be careful with that. Things being all WOG, we want to be covert. We want to make sure that no one really knows that we know what they don't know, and we know what's going on. So the best way to do that is to be able to conceal your mind shield a little bit. In this particular segment, we're going to talk about making your very own WOG shield for any possible application. The easiest model to make it with, once again, is the boonie hat, the most superior hat made by man. You'll notice the way the boonie hats are designed is that they generally have these little packets here. You've got your two breathing holes up at the top here to let your heat vent out the top of your head. And on the inside, you've got your map case of the inside of the hat, which no one ever uses, but that's actually what it's for. It's actually a map case, pocket in the top of the hat, which works as a liner. You've got your retention band here, which the way this is to be correctly worn is not around the neck. You're actually to put it on your head, trace it around to the back here, and then tighten it up on the back of your head here. This is where this is supposed to sit. It doesn't actually sit under your chin. If you put it under your chin and it gets caught on something, could choke you to death. Not really the best way to go. To make your boonie hat more accessible and generally just a better hat all around, at the back of the boonie hat, you'll notice that there's a severance here. Now, there's no thread holding that. So what you do is you can go to any hardware store, make sure you get a rubber-coated wire. Any type of rubber-coated gauge wire is fine. Doesn't have to be very expensive. Make sure it's got a solid core. It isn't just a braided core. Make sure it's a solid core. And then you cut a length of it, make sure you get like a meter or so. And then you just feed the wire through the rim of the hat all the way around, and then eventually, once you're done, you've got the brim of the hat. Now, the correct way to actually configure the boonie hat, you put a baseball type front on the, we gotta make sure you're on the front. So you put the baseball curve on the front of the hat. Usually easier if you put it on. You put a baseball cap in the front of your hat here. This keeps the rain off your face. On the sides, mark where your sides are. This is also to keep the rain off of your ears, but allows sound to come in. So you've got your peak on the top, sharpen that up. There we go, you've got your side sound areas. And on the back of the hat here, this is the part that everybody forgets. The back of the hat is supposed to be folded up just so. Reason for this is so that the water will just come and pool off to the sides, and so it doesn't go straight down your back if you look up. This is to prevent runoff from going straight onto your pack and all of your gear. Now, to take this hat one step further, we have to make sure that we can, prevent our, mental integrity from being compromised. The best way to do this is with your standard aluminum foil. Get the thickest aluminum foil you can find. Now, what I've done with these ones here is you take them and you fold them into roughly about the width of the height of the hat. So we take one and you fold it over. Don't cut it. Fold it over. Because why cut it? You can get more shielding the thicker the tinfoil is. Always important to have the right thickness. So you get one, and then you get another one, which is about the same thickness. We're making this one out of 4 sheets. One. There we go. About the same thickness again. 2 and 3. Now when you're folding it, make sure you fold the edges where the tear is so you can keep the good clean edge where it came straight from the box. Because otherwise it's just sloppy and it looks like hell. How embarrassing. When you imagine getting stopped at the airport with a sloppy boonie hat tinfoil insertion. Once those 3 are in, you do the sides of the hat first. Once you get the sides of the hat done, because of the way boonie hats are made, they don't actually, you turn the hat inside out as such. So what you do is you take your first piece, and again, takes a little bit of know-how to do this. But you gotta kind of insert this in first and work it around. Try not to crumple it too badly. I mean, some crinkling is going to be unavoidable. Sometimes people fold them in half again so that it's a little bit more solid, a little bit easier to manage, and it's also thicker. And in this particular game, thickness wins, right? That's where your good point is. So you get that in there, 1. And we go to the other side here, 2. And this should slide down and meet up with the overlapping is good. Meet up with the foil you've already inserted in the back. Now, it should note that some really high-made boonie hats that are not issue will sew this in and you won't be able to do this with them. So get yourself an issue boonie hat. You can get these for about $5–10 from an Army surplus store, probably less if you know someone. And on the back piece here, goes all the way around. Okay then. Now, gonna invert the hat here. We're back to the right way. And from here you can try to get it smoothed out as best you can. Got a little bit extra. It's not fitting in right. You can tear it